मैं लास्ट क्लास में जो हमने डिस्कस किया था, कोई भी इश्यूज है, कोई भी क्वेरीज है तो आप पूछ सकते हो. Okay, in the previous lecture, we have discussed about the Plato's theory of forms. The question here I would like to raise in front of you is that why Plato has talked about the theory of forms. So as we can see, and we have discussed that Plato wanted to provide the truth, what is real or ultimate truth is there in the world. What we see, what we observe, that is not the reality. The reality and the truth comes always first in the process of the thought, in the process of the theory of forms of ideas. So we have discussed about that. So here in today's lecture, I am going to discuss you the Plato's theory of justice. This is one of the backbone of Plato's ideal state. Means the Plato has tried to create ideal state. The backbone, the whole thing, the whole structure was based on the Plato's theory of justice. And for the Plato, justice was one of the important tool through which he was trying to achieve the idea about the ideal state. And he has said that justice is nothing else but it is a kind of music which gives happiness to the soul, which gives what you call wings to the soul. And so he was talking about in that manner. For him, the justice is one of the important important thing for the ideal state. Without justice, he has said that we can't able to achieve the ideal state. So Plato, according to the Plato, the justice which we are talking about is was very different. The Plato's justice concept was not very much similar to the modern era or contemporary era's concept, but the Plato's justice was very different, and his idea and the theory related to the justice is very different. But somehow, somewhere, it has some roots with the modern justice. When I will conclude the chapter, conclude this theory, then I will correlate that how the modern world justice have also roots from the Plato's justice. So before moving ahead, as I always says that we need to understand some basic concepts. So the Plato has used these three terms always continuous basis in his book, the book Republic. First thing he talks about the virtues knowledge. Last lecture we have discussed about the theory of form. The form is nothing else but as the form of knowledge. So he has said that without knowledge we can't able to achieve or attain the virtue. So if we want to achieve the virtue, so we need to attain the knowledge. For example, if you are not aware about the fact that what food is good for your health, what food is bad for your health, so you can't able to differentiate between good and bad, so you will not capable enough to go for the virtue. So he was talking about the knowledge is the virtue. Knowledge is the entire thing on which everything revolves around, and knowledge is the one of the core concept through which all human beings takes the decision and identify that what is good and what is bad for him or her. In this light, the Plato has talked about the theory of form, that what is real, whatsoever object we see, whatsoever the object we feel, those objects are not the real, those objects are not the truth. The truth is always comes in mind first in terms of the forms of ideas, then we try to perpetuate it. The form of ideas can never be changed, but the physical world, the physical things which we see, which we observe, can change after a certain period of the time. So he was talking about the theory of forms through which he has tried that how we can identify or how we can reach towards the truth, or how we can identify the truth. So that's why he has given the theory of form. In this regard, he has also talked about that with the help of theory of form, he has tried to answer the question of theory of knowledge. So how he has talked about that what is knowledge is all about. So he has said that knowledge is all about means the knowledge is always permanent in nature, it never changes. For example, the idea about the circle, the idea about the rectangle, the idea about the mountain, the idea about the beauty, that will always be constant. But if anything changes, continuously changes, or some changes may occur, that thing, not the knowledge. Like the Newton has said that every action have means gravitational law, that if you put any ball top, it will get down. The so what I'm talking to you, every action have some certain kind of results. So on the basis of that, we can say that every time we will get same result. So according to the Plato, the knowledge is always permanent in nature. It is based on the scientific, means it is based on the scientific reason. It is based on the maths. It is based on the 2 plus 2 equal to 4. It will never come that 2 plus 2 equal to 5. So he was talking about in that manner, that knowledge is always been permanent. It always been based on the reason and based on the mathematical calculation. So he was talking about in that manner. So what a fundamental assumption was there according to the Plato, that all human beings body can be divided into the three parts. The first part is the reason, that represents the head, means the part which takes the decision related to the body, that how my hand can work, how my where should I put my hand, where should I open my eye, what should I speak. So he was talking about that the head represents the reason, the stomach represents the appetite, where all the person try to feed the food to the stomach and try to do the work. So he was talking about that the middle part, the stomach part, represents the appetite, and the hands and the leg represents the spirit. It protects the body, like the soldiers, like what you call, it talks about we need to protect the body. So according to the Plato, what he has said, that state is nothing else but the larger format of individual, मतलब कि राज्य एक व्यक्ति के शरीर का बृहत स्वरूप है। मतलब कि जो राज्य है, जैसा एक व्यक्ति का शरीर होता है वो तीन भागों में बटा होता है, जहां एक जगह बुद्धि होता है, जहां पे जिसके आधार पर हम रीजन लेते हैं, दूसरी तरफ हम भूख देते हैं जिससे अनाज लेते हैं, तीसरा हमारा जो सुरक्षा करते हैं, बॉडी को प्रोटेक्ट करते हैं विद द हेल्प ऑफ हैंड्स एंड द लेग्स, दैट इज द काइंड ऑफ स्पिरिट. सो ही वाज टॉकिंग अबाउट इन दैट मैनर कि सभी स्टेट में तीन तरह की चीजें, तीन तरह के लोग होते हैं जो तीन तरह के कार्य करते हैं. Those three persons are the rulers, the person who takes the decision, the person who implement the decision, the person who design the decision. So according to him, in all the state there are three basic forms, three basic what you call the divisions are there. The first division is the ruler, the second division is the soldiers, and the third division is the merchant or the farmer. So what he has said, that the farmers always try to grow the crop, it is soldiers which always protects the boundaries of the state, and it is ruler who always take the decision related to the security, related to the what you call the economy, related to the society. So according to him, the ruler, the like our brain, individual brain, same thing like that in any state, the ruler always takes the decision related to the body, related to the decisions related to the body. So he was talking about in that manner, that ruler always takes the decision related to the state, what kind of work, what kind of activity, what kind of performance need to be done by soldiers and the merchants. So we can say that the rulers always takes the decision, important decision related to the state. So here the Plato has used the ruler term for the philosopher king. मतलब प्लेटो ने अपने रूलर्स हैं उनको फिलोसोफर किंग के रूप में कहा है, और जो सोल्जर्स हैं उनको सोल्जर्स का, मर्चेंट को मर्चेंटी का. लेकिन जो प्लेटो का जो रूलर था वो एक तरह से फिलोसोफर किंग था, जिसको एक बहुत ही ज्यादा बुद्धिमान और एक सामर्थ्य व्यक्ति था. मींस अकॉर्डिंग टू द प्लेटो, the philosopher king was a very knowledgeable person or knowledge person, and they have taken the decision related to the state to protect and promote the interest of the state. In this regard, what Plato has talked about, what is why we require justice, or what is justice is all about. So according to the Plato, the justice, the first of all we need to understand what is the Plato's justice basically stands for. So according to the Plato's justice term, which has emerged, which he has taken from the Greek word dikaiosune, which means the morality or the righteousness, means all the persons should have to perform their activity. Like we have discussed about in the state, there will be three parts will be there. First will be the philosopher king, second will be the soldiers, and the third will be the merchants and the farmers. So what Plato has said, that all three persons, the philosopher king will take the decision related to the state, and he or she will follow the activity related to the philosopher king. The soldiers will do the activity of the protecting the boundaries of the state, and the merchants will perform their activity related to the selling and purchasing goods or those things. So according to the Plato, all these three persons should have to perform their role, perform their duties. So according to the Plato, that the all the three sections of the state should perform their work. So according to him, the justice is somewhere related to the morality or the ethics, means what is good, what we have to do, what we need to do. So he was trying to say that all the persons should have to perform their activity, perform their work. That is called as a justice. And here, when we are talking about the Plato's justice, we need to understand that Plato has criticized the prevailing theories of the justice. Why Plato has criticized the prevailing theory of justice? According to the Plato, the justice theory which was prevailed during his period of the time was not the correct. Like the Cephals, one of the particular person was there, and what he has said, the justice means speaking truth and paying for your debt and giving every man what due to him and speaking the truth. According to the Plato, the justice doesn't means to speak the truth and paying the debt, but the justice means all the persons should have to perform their work. So Plato has criticized that how we can identify that what is truth and what is untruth. So that is very tough to identify, because many point of time we may say the truth, but that thing may not be the true according to the opponent or the opposite person. So the Plato has said that speaking truth is not the justice. The justice represents a very important principle that is related with the all the persons should have to perform their activities, perform their roles. So in this regard, Plato has criticized the Cephal's theory of justice. On the other hand, the Polemarchus has made his theory related to the justice. It was also prevailed during that his period of the time. What Polemarchus has said, the justice lies in the doing good of one's friend and the harms to the enemy. Means the justice means one person can do benefit to the friends, and on the other hand, it will the person will kind of harm to the enemy. The person will harm to the enemy. So according to the Polemarchus, the justice means that. Plato has criticized the Polemarchus theory of justice. What Plato has said, that how we can identify that person who is standing in front of you is friend or the enemy, because according to the Plato, the human nature changes. One time any person can be friend, in the next month or in the next day you can see that person as a kind of enemy. So what the Plato has said, that Plato has discarded the Polemarchus theory of justice. He said that justice doesn't mean that doing good to the friend and bad to the enemy, because there is hardly any enemy or any friend is there, because it is the human nature that keeps changing. So he was not agreed with the principle, or the justice theory has been given by the Polemarchus. In this regard, what Plato has talked about, that Plato was trying to establish a society where all the persons should perform their role, perform their duties. Because if all the person will perform their work and perform their duties, then there will be highly very less chances of intervening the other person's work. So or creating a problem in the state. But another thing, Plato has tried to criticize the Thrasymachus. What the Thrasymachus has said, the Thrasymachus has said that justice is always the interest of stronger. Means stronger persons should have to perform their activity and protect and promote the interest of the stronger people. the Plato has criticized this idea about the justice means always pr- give the preference to the interest of stronger. So Plato has criticized it. प्लेटो का कहना था कि आप कैसे आइडेंटिफाई करोगे कौन स्ट्रॉन्गर है और कौन वीकर है, पहला। दूसरा चीज जो जस्टिस का मतलब है, कैसे एक अच्छे शांत वातावरण को स्थापित किया जाए, हाउ वी कैन एस्टैब्लिश अ पीसफुल एटमॉस्फेयर, हाउ वी कैन क्रिएट अ पीसफुल स्टेट. So according to the Plato, the theory which is being given by the Thrasymachus is not the true. The true practice of the art of government is not own interest, but it is bring about the improvement in the government. So Plato has talked about just man is wiser, stronger, and happier than unjust man, and the knows his limitations too. So what the Plato has said, that justice doesn't mean that interest of the stronger. It can be the interest of wiser. It can be interest of any person. So what he has talked about, that justice means all the persons should perform their activity, whatsoever the activity is designed to all the individual according to their knowledge, according to their education, whatsoever the education they have had, they can do the those works. During that period of the time, the Gulkon has also given his own theory that justice is the interest of weaker, justice is product of fear and based on the necessity of the weaker. What Plato has said, that it is very tough to identify that who is weaker and how we can identify the person is weaker or the powerful, because it is very tough to identify the or differentiate between the weaker and the powerful person. And Plato has talked about the in the interest of city on the state, we are not giving the preference to the individual person. So Plato has talked about that the Gulkon theory of justice is the interest of the weaker is not the truth. There are loopholes are there, so they have criticized. Plato has criticized the prevailing theory. So what I'm talking to you is that the Plato has tried to criticize all the prevailed theory during that period of time. So what Plato has said, that Plato has said that justice is a very external factor, means justice means what kind of atmosphere we can create, what kind of condition which we can create where all the person can capable enough to do or perform the activity. So according to him, the most important thing for the justice is that how all the persons should have to have the what you call the knowledge, the education. Without knowledge, without education, the person cannot achieve their link, the person cannot achieve their goals. So he was talking in that manner. So why Plato has talked about the theory of justice, the Plato was very much dissatisfied with the prevailing condition, and according to him, if all the persons should perform their activity according to the knowledge, then the state will be quite state will quite overcome, easily capable enough to overcome from the problem. So the Plato has said that the justice is very important for the state, and it is a kind of remedy for in the modern era, in the modern society. You may find it out that many all the person is not performing their activities, performing their roles. So Plato was talking about in that manner, that it is a method of teaching that all the persons should perform their activity and all the persons should perform their role. So the Plato's theory of justice was based on the basically three principles. These three principles is non-interference. What does it mean? That according to the Plato, all the three organs of the state, the philosopher king, the soldiers, and the merchants, all these three persons will not intervene in the matters of the others. All the person will perform their activity according to the design nature, whatsoever the natural design is there. So all the persons would have to perform those activities in the state. Those performance activities in the state means the soldiers will do the activity of the soldiers to protect the boundaries of the state. The soldier will not intervene in the matters of the philosopher king, and the philosopher king will also not intervene in the matters of the
what do you call the soldiers. Only philosopher king can give the idea about that what kind of strategy we need to make, what kind of method we need to take to protect the state, to maintain the security of the state. The first principle according to the Plato's theory of justice is non-interference. It means that all the three sections of the society, the philosopher king, the warriors or the soldiers, and the merchants, they will not intervene in the matters of others. They will try to do their work on the basis of their education. So first principle was the non-interference. The second is the functional specialization. What the Plato has said, that the philosopher king should have to have get the all the training to become as a good philosopher king. So what Plato has basically talked about, that all the persons should be specialized in their own field. All the persons should be very much uh, expert in their own domain. Either it is a philosopher king should be a master in its own area related to the decision making, related to the execution of the law, whereas the soldiers should be very smart enough to utilize the weapons, to take the decision related to the boundaries, and to take the decision related to the how we can protect and promote the state. So we can say that the Plato's principle was divided into the uh, uh, three parts. The second part is the functional specialization, means the merchant will be specialized or expert in their own domain. The warriors will expert in their own domain, and the what you call the philosopher king will free in their own domain. So means no one is going to intervene in the works of others. All the persons are performing their design or give the given work to all the individual. In this regard, what the Plato has basically talked about, there are basically two type kinds of principles are there. One is the social, other is the individual. What are those two things? First is the social. Social means the person can perform the role and the activity related to protect the society and promote the society, whereas all the persons should perform the activities according to their knowledge, to protect the idea about the individual, to protect the idea about the self. So he was talked about that Plato's theory is these are the few important things. So if we can see that what are the important features of Plato's theory of justice. So the Plato has given the theory of specialization, as we have discussed, that all the three sections in our society, in our state, the rulers should be expert in their own domain. The warriors should expert in their own domain. The what you call the merchant will expert in their own domain. Means all the three sections of the society, they will totally expert, or they will totally specialized in their own domain. So what he will say, that it will give the nature of the state, it will give the benefit to the state, that how to survive the condition and how to cope up with the situation. So we can say that Plato has talked about the non-interference by the other persons in the society. So this thing has been now considered as a kind of theory of non-interference. And now the Plato has talked about the theory of harmony and the unity. What Plato has said, that the most important thing in the state is they should have a kind of harmony or harmonious relationship between the all the sections of the society. Either it is merchant, either it is the policeman, either it is a kind of what you call the philosopher king. All the persons should have a kind of harmony and the utility kind of thing. All the persons should have a kind of respect, moral respect should be there. So what Plato was trying to say, that Plato was trying to say that all the individuals should perform their activity, perform their function, and after attending the knowledge, means how any person can identify that the person should work as a philosopher king. So what the Plato has said, Plato has made a kind of two kind of study, the primary study and the secondary study. And after 12 years he conducted the exam, like in modern period of the time we conduct the exam. And at the stage of 10th class, there is a kind of what you call the 10th class means at the age of 20. If you have the interest in the education, then Plato has given the chance to the individual to go ahead and perform the activity for the state. So we can say that how the Plato was trying to establish a state where we can overcome from all sorts of the problem, either problem of the related to the fight, or problem related to the nepotism or the interference. So Plato was trying to make these things, that how we can live in a better world, or in a world where there should not have any kind of division in the society. All the persons should perform their activities according to their designed role, or according to their knowledge. So these were the things which Plato has talked about in this whole philosophy. Also, the Plato has never given any preference to the philosopher king, any preference to the rich person. The Plato has talked about that all the women have the equal right. And when I will discuss you Plato's theory of communism, then I will discuss you the role of women. So overall, if you can do the analysis, that Plato was trying to establish define the new terms of the justice with after criticizing the prevailing theories. And Plato was somewhere related to Plato somewhere try to relate with the state, that how better state can be possible. So Plato has realized that if any state, all the persons should perform their activities, all the persons should perform their role as per the knowledge, then there may be chances that the state may cope up, or state may overcome from the problem, or may overcome from the problem which they have seen, because now all the person are expert or specialized in their own domain. And on the other hand, there is no dispute, there is no interference is there. So according to the Plato, it will help the state to make a ideal state where all the issues may be solved, all the problem may be solved. There will be no nepotism will be there, there is no favoritism will be there. So according to Plato, this theory of justice is the important tool through which we can achieve the end, or we can achieve the goal. Some criticals like Karl Popper has said that Plato wanted to establish the totalitarian state. That's why he has tried to provide the power to the one person. So we can say that according to the Plato, that totalitarian means the justice, the current justice theory, which has been given by the Plato, has tried not to the totalitarian state, but according to the Karl Popper, the Plato was trying to establish the totalitarian state. So we can say that that Plato has tried to provide a theory of justice which is based on the human work, which is based on the human activity, rather than the activity which is related to the society, rather than activity which is related uh, uh, to the other person. So for the Plato, the justice is very important concept, and justice means all the persons should perform their activity. There no intervention is there, but there is critique by the Karl Popper that Plato was trying to establish a totalitarian state, means a dictatorship kind of regime, and the Plato was trying to create a class in the state. The philosopher king class will be there, the business class will be there, the workers class will be there, or those kind of class will be there. So Plato was somewhere trying to correlate with all those things. So according to the Plato, if we want to establish ideal state, we require these three units, and these three units of the state: the philosopher king, the soldiers, and the merchants. All these three wings are very important for the state. Without this, we can't able to imagine the idea about state in that era. So we can say that how the Plato's theory of justice is still relevant. So you can find it out. The idea about the justice is current justice also try to make how we can increase the love between the people, how we can increase the what do you call the kind of
society where all the person can overcome from the problem. We can get the we can establish the just society. They should not have any kind of protection and the promotion of particular sections. So we can say that Plato was trying to establish the idea about the justice where we can achieve the better result in terms of the ideal state in terms to solve the all forms of the problem. So these were the important things of the Plato. So if there is any question query related to the Plato's theory of justice, so you can ask me. किसी को इस चीज समझ नहीं आए, कोई डाउट है, कोई क्वेरी है, कोई क्वेश्चन है, तो आप पूछ सकते हो.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, Anushka, go ahead.
So, how is division of human body or division of society or state related to theory of justice? Like, it's kind of confusing.
See, what Plato has said that all human body is divided into the three part: reason, appetite, and the spirit. Same thing like that, the state is also divided into the three part. What he has said that the state is nothing else but the large format of the individual. Means state is a larger format of an individual. State also requires the brain to run the state. State also requires the soldiers to protect the boundaries, and state also requires the farmers and the merchants to provide the food and to do the economic activity. So according to him, that the state is a larger format of individual first. Second thing, what Plato has said, that brain should do the work of brain, the hand should do the work of protecting the body, and the merchant should do their work to provide the food to the stomach. Means all the three parts of the state should perform their activities, should perform their role, and they should not intervene in the matters of the others. मतलब कि जो दिमाग है वो दिमाग का काम करेगा, जो स्टमक है वो स्टमक का काम करेगा, जो सोल्जर्स है वो सोल्जर्स के काम करेंगे. मतलब कि फिलोसफर किंग will not intervene in the matters of how you can do the work, or neither the soldiers will intervene in the work of the philosopher king, or the merchant will intervene in the work of the military. Workers will merchant will also not intervene in the work of the philosopher king. Means all the person will do the independent work because they are the expert in their own domain. They are aware about how to perform or how to protect the boundaries of state, how we can do the better production in terms of the what you call the food. And the philosopher king is aware about what kind of policies, what kind of measures we need to make, we need to take to make a powerful state. So this is quite simple.
Okay, sir. So also like these three philosophers, Capillus, Polemarchus, and Thermachus, like they've each given different kinds of theory on what they understand as justice. But can you explain Plato's counter to them?
Plato has said that the Cephals has talked about that the justice basically means speaking truth. Cephals has said that speaking truth and paying your debt, whatsoever debt is there, you have to pay for that. Plato has said that the justice doesn't mean to speak the truth, because you are not aware about the fact what is truth and what is untruth. There's very there's very different kind of things are there. Speaking truth, for you it may be truth may be there, but for the others it may not be true. For example, if I can say that this is the east direction, but for you this may not be the east direction, for you it may be the west direction. So speaking truth is not the justice first. Second, paying the debt is nowhere associated with the theory of justice. So what he has said, that Cephal's theory given by in terms of the justice is not the correct justice. The real justice means all the persons should perform their activity, should perform their role, whatsoever the role designed or been achieved by the individual on the basis of the knowledge, on the basis of the education. Then Polemarchus has said that do good for the friend and bad for the enemy. Plato has said there is no all the persons should not have any kind of constant friend and the enemy. He said that friend and enemy can change after certain period of the time. Like those और दुश्मन बदलते रहते हैं। कभी जो आज व्यक्ति आपका दोस्त है कल दुश्मन हो सकता है, जो दुश्मन है वो दोस्त हो सकता है। तो जस्टिस का मतलब ये नहीं है कि हमें दोस्त की भलाई करना है, दुश्मन की भलाई करना है, क्योंकि वो हम आइडेंटिफाई ही नहीं कर पाएंगे। सो दैट टाइम द प्लेटो हैज क्रिटिसाइज्ड द पॉलीमार्कस थ्योरी ऑफ जस्टिस आल्सो, कि it is not identifiable that who is friend and who is enemy, because it is human being who keeps changing. And the third, Thrasymachus has talked about it is justice means the interest of stronger. So Plato has said that justice doesn't mean the interest of stronger, means the justice doesn't means कि जो समाज में जो शक्तिशाली व्यक्ति है उससे उसी के हित की रक्षा करना है। प्लेटो का कहना था कि द जस्टिस बेसिकली मीन्स that how we can create a better society, how we can create a better state where we can overcome from all forms of the dispute, where we can come from all forms of the problem. Whereas the Glucon has also said that it is the interest of the weaker, मतलब कि हमें गरीब व्यक्तियों की सहायता करना है, कमजोरों को हेल्प करना है। प्लेटो कहता है कि राज्य में कोई गरीब या अमीर नहीं होता, राज्य में सभी व्यक्ति अपना कार्य करते हैं, वो तो अमीर और गरीब व्यक्ति अपनी सोच के अनुसार होता है। सो प्लेटो उन सभी जो चारों थ्योरी थी उस समय जो थी, प्लेटो हैज क्रिटिसाइज्ड एंड कंडेम्ड ऑल द फोर प्रिवेलिंग थ्योरी ऑफ द justice. And according to the Plato, what is the important thing is here, the justice means all the persons should perform their activity, all the persons should do the activity according to their specialization, and they should not have any kind of intervention of work should be there. तो ये सब चीजें थी जो प्लेटो बात कर रहा था।
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Excuse me, sir.
यस नुपुर।
Sir, it's mentioned in one of the points of analysis that Plato's theory of justice isn't applicable to modern nation states. But, sir, we observe that the very three principles of non interference, functional specialization, and harmony and unity fit appropriately in the current structure of justice. So, how can we distinguish the current situation of modern states and the previous ones in terms of justice?
Very good question, Nupur. See, Plato has divided the human body into the three parts, and the states also the three parts. But in modern nation, we can see that the state is not divided into the first, that three parts are there. That state is having multiple organs are there, not only three parts first. Second, we can see that in current situation, or we can see that in modern period of the time, there is a decision making body, legislature is there, executive is there, judiciary is there. So Plato was talking about the philosopher king. In the modern period of the time, there is no such kind of philosophers are there. There is no such kind of decision making person who is very well known knowledgeable person is that person is working first. Second thing, Plato has talked about non-intervention, means the what you call the philosopher king will the soldiers will not intervene in the work of the merchant. But here in the modern era, we can see that many point of time the decision making body, the decision making persons, they intervene in the matters of the others, like that. The last, we can say that it cannot be applied in terms of the modern state, because one person, many point of time, one person perform the two role. One hand, the person is the decision making authority, like the you can say that head of the army or head of the what you call the security person or the security group. They also take the decision, and that person also implement the decision. So what the Plato was talking about in a very small state, or it at as a very small basis, it cannot be implied apply in the modern period of the time, because we can see that the modern state have several functions, several parts are there, whereas according to the Plato there was only three sections of the work was there. But in modern state we can see that one person is performing multiple role, multiple activity. That's why I was saying that it cannot be applied in the modern nation state.
All right, sir. Thank you.
So tomorrow still I will continue you the lecture, and kindly read the reading material which I have circulated you in the Google Classroom, so that you can clarify your doubts related to the Plato's theory of justice. So tomorrow again we will continue the Plato's theory of justice. Just try to read it at your home. Okay, take care, have a nice day, see you tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.